foursome tonight.
Sounds hot.
Got Jay here, and Brian and Al as always. Jay intermittently. And speaking of intermittent, how long did your fast go, Brian?
24 and a half hours. It was stupid. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
I've made it that long.
24 hours too long.
I've made it that long with the flu and a hangover, I think.
Yeah, it was actually it was closer to 25 hours, but I would say 24 and a half. I don't know what I was thinking, like, because I was just sitting at work, and I kept on thinking about Cole Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, hey, fatty. And then I was like, oh, I should do a 40-hour fast and just document the whole thing, and it'll be hilarious.
What did you feel?
I felt terrible.
So you said you made it 25 hours?
Yeah.
When did you start regretting it? How many hours in?
I was okay, even this morning when I got up. I woke up in the middle of the night and I made my third video to document it, and then went back to sleep, and then I woke up and like I just felt like I'm really sore and stuff. I'm like, that's probably just because the way I slept. And I started thinking about it. It could be my body was starting to weaken because I didn't eat enough.
But he didn't make it 25 hours, though.
I didn't
it was
make
24 and a half.
It's 24 and a half.
We need to be abundantly clear.
That's how much pain you're in when you know the minutes.
He could
And
not
I got to the
get
point where I was getting like a headache and also like the neck ache, but not like your neck is sore, like the pressure in your neck, like the base of your spine. And I just, my stomach was just, it went from like okay at like 4 to like almost 6 o'clock. I was like, oh, my stomach hurts.
When you knew you were giving up on it, did you go all in on giving up on it, just started like eating, or did you just like, I'm just trying one little thing and then I'll go back to not eating?
No, that's one of the things I read is like you don't go full force back in eating. You have to eat something that's like raw fruits or vegetables, like an apple. Even said starchy stuff, but there's a few things you should eat, things you should not eat. So like you shouldn't like big. I haven't eaten in 25 hours. Let me eat some chili cheese fries.
A bucket of chicken.
Yeah. So I ate an apple, slowly ate an apple, and then I ate some raisins, and then
and you shit water, right?
No, actually nothing. And then I'm like, okay, my stomach's okay. I waited half an hour, like I said. I'm like, okay, I feel hungry. And then Danielle and the kids were on their way home from somewhere, and they were picking up dinner. And I was like, yeah, get me something too. And they stopped at, well, they got Chinese. I'm like, I don't feel like Chinese. And my son got Checkers. So I got Checkers.
That's a perfect reintroduction.
Chinese Checkers.
So Chinese and Checkers. Oh, my God, we got Chinese Checkers. I didn't even think about it.
Really? I was waiting for you to
I didn't get it. My mind's still not reacting very well from the fast. But I got some chicken sandwich from there. I'm like, yeah. And some fries and my, and then like 10 minutes before I left to go get Alan.
Way to test foreign cuisine. I got a chicken sandwich.
Yeah. Well, actually, I do have some Chinese food. I got some hot and sour soup that I'm saving. But 10 minutes before I had to go get Alan, I'm like, okay, it's time to go to the bathroom. Because I didn't crap at all. Like, from like last night until today, because all I've been drinking is water. So I've been like pissing like crazy.
So did you go to bed hungry?
Yeah, like I stopped eating at 6 o'clock yesterday.
No, I mean, like, I know you went to bed without eating, but were you like, fuck, I'm hungry and I got to try? Like,
no, I didn't feel it last night at all.
Because I can't go to bed. I physically can't sleep if I'm hungry.
Well, it was, so I stopped. The last thing I ate was like 10 to 6 last night, yesterday evening. And then I went to bed about 12:15. Fell asleep, was up at like 5:15 because my body's used to getting up at like 5:15. And made a video, but I felt fine. My stomach, I didn't take a crap at all, really. Not like not one that wasn't normal. But then after 24 and a half hours of not eating, and then eating an apple and then some raisins, and then I had a couple crackers and then Checkers on top of it, 10 minutes before I wanted to get him, I just painted the whole toilet bowl with shit.
How many viewers do you have right now?
We had dropped 4. Then he told the shit story.
I hope it just keeps climbing. This is what you just have to talk about diarrhea every week.
This is it. It was bad.
I should have
my stomach's still gurgling.
I should have thrown a bunch of tags out like we're a health and oriented podcast. So
it wasn't healthy at all. That shit.
All the white chicks will listen to us.
It was bad. But no, it was just it was out of nowhere. I mean, most people that fast probably at least prepare for it, or they've fasted before they go into a 24 or 48 hour. I was just sitting at work and decided, oh, hi, Amanda. I just decided that'd be funny, and then just did it.
Have any of you guys had the colonoscopy yet?
No.
No.
Isn't it 50 they tell you to get, really?
I think it's
I have hemorrhoids.
Now.
Does that count?
Well, they wanted me to last year I was having some digestive problems, and they're like, "Well, go home and do these cleanses, and then
Hey, Phil.
go see a gastroenterologist."
A gastroassolologist.
That's what I call them.
Yeah, that's what they are.
But yeah, then basically it was, I recommend you get one. I'm like, okay, but he didn't. They like rate you. It's supposed to, if
A referral, yeah.
right,
Yeah.
Well, except for they wanted me to pay for it. They weren't going to write it so that I could claim it on my insurance.
Well, can't you just...
Because they didn't find that it was necessary for me to have. They just recommended
I thought
me
it's a
having
proactive measure.
Phil's calling you guys
Not
vegan.
at 46. After 50.
I'm not vegan.
After 50.
Well, Jamie Samuelson just literally passed away at
but
48.
he had something that they noticed, and they didn't notice anything
But
so there's
from my MRI.
proper respect, rest in peace to Jamie. He was a part of my life at one point in time. Him
yes.
and Jamie and Greg especially that show I listened to. Jamie Samuelson.
Yep,
R.I.P.
passed away at 48 years old.
Yep.
He's a local guy too. I mean,
Yeah, local Detroit.
yep, grew up here. Yeah, I mean, his
Janine
wife.
had the colonoscopy, and she had I had to sit there with her while she did the prep for that, and
Yeah.
it was you drink like a fucking thing that looks like a Windex,
Yeah,
and then you
yeah.
just shit every 15 minutes for like
It's
the whole
pre-work.
night.
Right,
It's
but-
pre-workout,
But
man.
if there's not something that shows like cause for you to have one, like that they think that there might be something wrong.
So did you have like an ultrasound or something first?
Yeah, I had an ultrasound.
okay.
I had an MRI or ultrasound or whatever, and they said I was full of shit.
Literally.
Literally and
Go home
metaphorically.
and clean it out, and then go to this gastroassologist, and and that's fine, except for that they didn't want to. I'm not paying $8,000, or it was like $8,500 or something like that. I'm like, I'm not paying $8,500 for you to jam something up my ass.
So there's two things. One of them is where they do the camera, and the other one's where they suck the shit out of you with the.
Yeah, isn't that just an enema?
No. Like remember?
No, they do. They do a cold. They basically power wash your insides.
Yeah,
literally.
yeah.
Because they had to do it to my mom, who has always had trouble. She held her shit
Yeah.
for many years because that wasn't ladylike, right? She didn't think that she should, and it fucked her up. So if you got a shit, ladies, go shit.
Yeah,
because
just do it.
it's
Remember
seriously.
when Knoxville dressed up like Santa Claus?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
whatever that thing is the one thing that he's talking about where they like
Where they just squirt the water up
Flush
your
your
ass. That's an
insides.
enema.
It's
nah, but it's
But
like,
no, it's
No,
different.
they-
They're like this is an. My mom said she's had that too, but she said
Yeah.
they go in there and literally
There's like a
power
Hollywood-
wash the sides of it. They
it's
Gotcha.
a flush in and a flush out.
Yeah,
like,
it's
of
different.
your
There's like this.
system.
There was like
a
this
full
whole
colonic.
There,
Full-
yes,
yeah, that's it.
colonic. That's it.
There
yeah.
was this whole like the
gin and
all
colonic.
the all
Gin
the
and colonic, yes.
Jim, yeah.
all the
As Jay
Hollywood
said.
people were doing it. Like before they would go to award shows or events, they'd
Yeah.
go have one done, and they would take just a little bit of weight off and make them look really good in their dress.
I mean, in theory, it sounds like it would be great for you to just like
Yeah.
start with a fresh digestive tract without all
Yeah.
that fucking shit hanging off
Yeah.
your cave.
Yeah.
Well, Brian tried it the old-fashioned way,
Fasting.
the fast.
Fasting, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that gets the stalactites off your intestines.
Yeah.
Well, you basically are flushing out your system because
Yeah.
all the liquids and stuff, so it's loosening everything up.
Yeah.
So the next thing you eat will basically just push all that stuff out.
If I want to clear out my stomach, all I have to do is drink liquor. Because the next day it comes out
That's-
both ends when I do that.
Yeah, that's actually true.
You're doing this.
he was doing the King Tut Steve Martin
Walk
dance.
like an Egyptian.
Walk like an
Yeah.
Egyptian.
Walk like a shit Egyptian.
We've gotten rid of all our viewers.
Egypt shit.
Egypt shit.
Either one, they both work. It's interchangeable.
Yeah, I had the runs for 3 days this week. I don't know why, but I did. So did my dad. We probably it was probably the El Charo.
Would you say it runs in the family?
No.
This is
You
should have just eaten one grape. No,
just eaten one grape.
that's definitely Craig then, right? It's not actually
You
Amanda.
should have eaten just one grape.
The lowest common denominator of jokes is just talking
Yeah.
about
Shit.
shit
Yeah,
and
it's like-
diarrhea.
Hey, do you guys ever get a blow job? Just talk about
We're
go
50
full 90s shock.